Let's go. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P, the Bluff Guy. Hey! And we are back with another reaction stream. And today we will be reacting to one of my subscribers, a good subscriber of mine, Cryptic the Athena. And we had a conversation about this. She was telling me about her, a little bit. She didn't tell me too much about it, but a little bit about her theory about the Hito no Mi and its potential origin. It being a mythical Zoan devil fruit. It having some ties to some of the stories and some biblical stories, I should say. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna get into. The title is "The Human Fruit is Actually a Mythical Zoan." The link to this video will be in the description box. So, y'all go make sure y'all go show her some love and like the video and go check out her other videos. Perhaps give her a subscribe, Go support. Anyway, before I get into that, first let me say, make sure y'all show your boy some love and hit that like button. Also subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when I go live. And also follow me on all my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. Also, if you're looking for a community to be a part of, a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the Facebook group and we have the Discord. All of these links will be in the description box. But yeah, let me check the chat real quick. I see a few chats. We got my unc in the building. Shout out to my unc with the thumbs up. He comes show some support from time to time. So shout out to my unc, man. It's all love. It's all love. I love my unc, man. I love my unc. He a good dude. And we got Cryptic the Athena in the chat set. Early train hype. Yeah, you definitely are early. You're one of the earliest people here. Other than my unc. He was the only person earlier than you. But anyway. Okay. The Hito no Mi. So, everybody who follows the manga and follow the chapters weekly, we pretty much know what's been going on. The major bombshell that has been dropped these last few chapters regarding a special devil fruit, right? A certain devil fruit that we believe to be a different devil fruit, or having a different name at least, right? The Gumu Gumu no Mi, This whole time we thought Luffy just had the rubber Promethea devil fruit. Come to find out these last few chapters, that is not so. That specific devil fruit has been pretty famous, at least among people who are aware. Well, I can't say famous because in order for something to be famous, it has to be well known. So it's not a famous, but it's a legendary devil fruit with a legend behind it, right? With a legend behind it. The Hito no Mi model type Nika. That is the real Gumu Gumu no Mi. It's not really a rubber Promethea. It is a mythical Zoan devil fruit of a character that we kind of explored the lore of this character, Nika, right? We kind of explore a little bit of the lore during the fight with Who's Who and Jinbei, right? But, we didn't really get much on Nika, other than this sun god, free slaves, things like that. But, shout out to Sozo in the chat. He said, "You was good, Sozo. Welcome to the stream." Athena says, "I've caught every stream ever since last week. Just so you know, there's no bias for my own theory. Hey, that's cool. I'm glad you caught all the streams. But yeah, so about this Hito no Mi, right? We know there's other versions other than the first version we learned of was Chopper's, right? It was Chopper's devil fruit. We learned he had the Hito no Mi. At that time, upon reveal, we assumed it was the only of its kind. We didn't know devil fruits could have different models. You know, like you could have the same devil fruit type and then it has different models. But we learned later with the Hito no Mi specifically that he's not the only one with the Hito no Mi. We learned about Sengoku, right? We learned about Sengoku. He was like I want to say the second person we learned about. The third person is Unimaru or something like that. The monk that stays on the bridge in Wano and is really like a fox, a mystical fox. That was I think that's the third person we learned who also has the Hito no Mi. So we learned that devil fruits can have different models. Now, is that specific to the Hito no Mi though with the different models? Well, it's not, because I think we learned of Kaido's devil fruit being the fish devil fruit, and it has a model. I think model dragon or something. I think that's the name of. Somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong or right. Y'all let me know. So now my question is this are like devil fruit models something specific to Zoan devil fruits? Because the only devil fruits that we're aware that has like model versions are indeed Zoan devil fruits, the Hito no Mi, and if I remember correctly, Kaido's devil fruit being the fish dragon model or something along. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. But now, my thing with these models, right? My thing with these different models of Hito no Mi, is there a pecking order of it? You know, like maybe Luffy has the strongest version. It's kind of like think of Pokemon, right? When you got evolutions, you got Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. You know, Charizard is the strongest of that specific evolution path. Charmander will probably be the weakest. Now, when we talking the Hito no Mi, I would like to think that Luffy and Sengoku probably have the strongest version of it, right? They might have the strongest version. Now, I don't know I would say Luffy probably has the strongest from what we've been seeing of him. We haven't really seen much of the Buddha devil fruit or the Buddha devil fruit as much as we've seen Luffy's and Chopper's, right? So I would like to think Luffy has the strongest version, you know, just from the insane stuff we've been seeing from him. Maybe Sengoku has the second strongest. It's possibly like right up there with that one. Maybe Onimaru, the fox or the monk, the fox monk. Maybe he has like the third strongest, and Chopper has the fourth strongest. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're all just different in their own way and you know, work different. But let's talk about Chopper's devil fruit, because I think that's kind of where this video is going. Chopper's devil fruit. He has the Hito no Mi. Now the thing with Chopper's devil fruit is, the thing with his devil fruit is like, what does it do? Like, is it literally just a human devil fruit? Is it basic? Because with Sengoku's, his model is Buddha, right? So he's like a deity. With Luffy's, his model is Sun God Nika. It's a deity. Onimaru, I forget what model his is. I think it's like monk or something. I can't remember. I don't think it's a deity per se, but yeah. And Chopper's, he doesn't even have a model. He doesn't even have a model name. It's just like from what we've seen, it's just the Hito no Mi. So what does a human devil fruit do? What does it do? We like the Hito no Mi with Chopper. We see like Chopper being a reindeer, it actually does something, right? But what if a human eats a Hito no Mi, like the normal one? I'm not talking about Nika or the Buddha. I'm talking about a normal Hito no Mi, the same one that Chopper pretty much got. What happens to the human? Does it just cancel out almost because it's like a human being a human? Can you or is it more of an awakening of some sort, like truly unlocking your human potential? Kind of like there was a video I watched. There was a video we reacted to. I want to say last week we reacted to a video kind of relating to this specific conversation, and I think in that video they showed something where somebody asked Oda like, "Hey, what would happen if a human eat the Hito no Mi?" He said something along the line is they will be more human, So and they'll do things that humans should. They will live the way a human should live. And what does that mean though? What does that mean? I look at it as possibly meaning something more of like you're an ascended human, almost as such as being a deity to a degree, right? Being above normal humans, being more godlike, right? So my theory when it comes to what would happen if a human ate a human fruit, it would be more of a ascension, right? They'll be more ascended. They'll be more awakened, like being an awakened human, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see you. I could see if you eat a Hito no Mi, probably being able to master the highest levels of hockey, possibly. You know what I'm saying? To master, maybe to automatically master. I don't know. But I think it is kind of an ascended level of a human being. But that's my theory. We're going to get into Athena's video, see what she has to say about it. Let's get into it. All right, so in this video will be linked in the description, so y'all go check it out.
Chopper's devil fruit is one of those fruits that just doesn't make any sense to me. Why does Chopper not look completely like a human? How come he's seemingly the only Zoan with multiple forms that aren't just hybrid form and animal form? And would the rumble balls work on other Zoans? Well, today, I'm here to maybe provide some answers in the form of a theory. My name is Cryptic D Athena, and this is my Chopper devil fruit theory. The Hito no Mi, or the human fruit, is the fruit used by Tony Chopper. It gives a non-human user the ability to transform into a humanoid creature. This user gains human intelligence, feelings, and capabilities. This allows them to speak human languages, and, if the user is an animal, they will be able to still communicate with other animals. Depending on the age and size of the creature or object that eats the fruit may determine body structure, as Chopper was comparable to a small child when he first ate it. The user also gets the standard 3-stage drone transformation of base, hybrid, and animal. Chopper's brain point is his base form, heavy point is his hybrid form, and walk point is his animal form.
You kind of said something that stuck out to me about when Chopper ate the devil fruit while he was, I guess, young, while he was little, right? Kind of form of a child. That made me think, right? Like if a human human being eats a Hito no Mi, would they, in a sense, be able to control their age, or at least how they look, like maybe if, let's say, a 25-year-old man eats the Hito no Mi, can he change his age? Like, can he look like a 6-year-old? Can he look like a 82-year-old if he wanted? could he change gender possibly? Like, could he be female or male if he wanted to? Like, can he really truly unlock the full human potential? Because again, when I like my thoughts on a Hito no Mi, if it's consumed by a human, is that they become ascended, right? They would probably be able to master being a human. You know, what is master being a human though? Like, how do you master being a human? I think possibly controlling age could be like you know, an ability, you know, controlling the size of yourself, controlling the age, maybe controlling the size still within the parameters of what a human is, unless you could go to like a human giant as well. But I would think maybe, you know, maybe you can manipulate your age. Because when we look at Chopper, some of his forms look more kiddish, like more childish. Some of his forms look a little more adult like, right? Like when he has the big Yeti looking form, you can almost probably say he's an adult in that form. And then he has the child form Brain Point, and then he has the monster form, which probably would be an adult as well. You know. Let's continue.
What is interesting about the human fruit is that the user does not look completely human. Chopper appears to look more like a mink in Brain Point or a Sasquatch in his Heavy Point. This is unlike other zones, which very clearly transform their users into their animal completely, depending on the form they take. Perhaps a full-on human transformation relates to his awakening, but I'm jumping the gun here, so let's move on to the Rumble Ball.
Yeah, like why don't Chopper look more human? You know, maybe it does have something to do with his model when we think about it. You know, maybe he has a special model that we don't know of. And maybe Oda is just waiting for the right time to reveal this, right? Like we come to find out that Chopper has the Hito no Mi model Yeti or something. Because when you look at Chopper, he does kind of look like a Yeti a little bit. You know, like the monster point kind of looked like a Yeti with like reindeer features. You know, the big bulky one that he's not, you know, like the normal size bulky one kind of looks a bit like a Yeti as well, like a normal size Yeti, where Beast Monster Point looks more like a giant Yeti. You know, I mean, I think that the I forget what it's called, where he turns into like a fluffy ball. Like now that's just unique to the transformation, right? So yeah, so and I'm like I'm just kind of like having a lot of stuff in my mind on like a human having Chopper's devil fruit, right? Like would he be able to just transform into just so many different forms? That'd be wild. That'd be wild, a human with Chopper devil fruit. You know, that would they be able to transform in the same type of transformations that Chopper can turn into? Like, can like a human have a beast point? Can a human have the what was it, Kung Fu point or something, karate point, something like that? I don't know. Let's continue though.
A very quick note. According to Oda, the human fruit can only be eaten by non-human characters, jokingly stating that if a person ate it, they may become, quote, more human or become enlightened. I'll come back to this in the awakening portion of the video. Before the time skip, the
Enlightened
were a form of steroid.
That's what Oda said. Enlightened, not ascended. Enlightened. You know, what is being an enlightened human? You know, like I kind of look at like Buddha being an enlightened human. You know, so, but if you eat the Hito no Mi, the version Chopper ate, and you become enlightened, would you be like Sengoku, the devil fruit? Or maybe you'll just naturally be like that, right? Like maybe you'll just naturally be enlightened, you know? Let's continue.
That Chopper made so that he could access different forms with his devil fruit. Some make him stronger or faster, while others make him more intelligence or boost his defense. After the time skip, he can now transform freely between all of his transformations, except for Monster Point, in which he needs only one Rumble Ball to use. The time he has to use Monster Point seems to be very short still, but the limit was increased to 30 minutes with the help of Caesar Clown. If he exceeds this time limit, he now transforms into Baby Geezer form, in which Chopper is incredibly small and talks like an old man. I think with this information, it's possible Chopper has access to other forms that he has yet to show off. To end off this section, I believe that the Rumble Balls are not exclusive to the human fruit. They seem to purely be drugs that access different forms, as Chopper is a doctor. It makes sense that he would experiment
with the Rumble Balls, I believe that Chopper, like, I might have to disagree with you on that. I believe that the Rumble Balls might have been specifically made for Chopper, right? Like with how his body works. So I believe that Chopper has the capability of creating Rumble Balls for like other zones, like let's say depending on your thing. But I think that it could be a situation where Chopper just kind of like it's tailored, like the Rumble Balls are tailored to work with his DNA, because when you look at zones, when you look at all the zones, they all got different types of animal DNA within them. So I would think that it's not like a blanketed a one size fit all type situation where like you could give any zone a Rumble Ball and it will work exactly like Chopper's. Like it could have adverse effects, you know what I'm saying, or it could just do nothing. But I believe that the Rumble Balls might be more tailored to Chopper's specific gene, like his DNA. And but I do believe that he could make Rumble Balls for like maybe Luffy. Like maybe it's something along that line, right? Maybe come to find out that this new awakening form of Luffy's, maybe it hurts Luffy. It shortens his life or something every time he does it, because like just think about it. How did Luffy become, or how did he reach Gear 5, right? He was defeated by Kaido. Almost, Kaido spiked him into the ground. We believed he was possibly dead, or at least borderline dead. So maybe in order for Luffy to awaken it or to get that Gear 5th, maybe he has to be near death, right? Maybe, and if that is the case, I'm not saying that is the case, but if that is the case, maybe Chopper can create like a Rumble Ball for Luffy to be able to reach that without having to almost die. You know what I'm saying? Without almost. Now maybe, but again, maybe Gear 5 is accessible to Luffy at any time. I just like the idea of Gear 5 not being easily accessible, because it kind of bring balance to Luffy, right? Because I think at this point with this new power up, it's going to be to a point where it's going to be hard to have like matchups. It's going to be hard to have tension in the story when Luffy could just go Gear 5 and just toy with whoever he's fighting, So there has to be some checks and balances with this Gear 5th form. Now be it either it could be like a form that is, you can't really maintain it for too long, for whatever reason, or B, it could be just a form where it's actually hard to actually activate. Like you have to be near death to activate it. So if it's B, you could do something where Chopper creates these Rumble Balls for Luffy, and he gives them to Luffy. Anytime Luffy is in a situation where he needs to go Gear 5th, he can just pop a Rumble Ball in and bing bang. You know what I'm saying? We got Angel in the building. He said, "Yo, sorry for a late entrance and nice art, Athena. I don't know, it seems to be more like a drug, so I have to agree with Athena." All right. Athena says several weeks later, after this theory came out and SBS came out with information about Black Maria, apparently her hybrid transformation was manipulated by drugs. I do remember that. Essentially, Chopper trademarked the Rumble Ball name, but other zones have made drugs that manipulate their form. Um, and thanks, Angel. I want to draw for vids more often, but it takes a lot out of me. Yeah, that yeah, I'm no artist. I'll tell y'all that. There was a point where I could draw a little bit though. Like I used to draw like Dragon Ball Z characters in middle school, because at that time that was like the only anime I really loved. You know, that was like the first anime I really loved was Dragon Ball Z. And I had like these Dragon Ball Z folders, right, that I used to use for school. And I forgot who was on it. I know it was like Goku, I think Piccolo, I think Vegeta. And I used to sit there and just copy, just draw them. You know, but my weakness in art was always like drawing like characters doing actions. I could only really just draw a character standing still, like straight up with their arms straight. Anything else, I was trashing. And as far as Angel, you said it seems more like a drug, so I have to agree. Uh, I have to kind of say no. That's drugs can be tailored. You know, it's like if think of it like this: drugs have to be used differently by different people. Like if like let's say I'm deficient in a certain uh mineral or something, like my body's deficient in something, like me personally, my body's deficient in vitamin D, right? So I could take vitamin D, but somebody who's not deficient in vitamin D, if they take vitamin D, it could probably cause more harm. Or any other drug, like if I don't know, you get a hair loss drug, but let's say your specific genetics uh may not specifically accept hair loss medication as, let's say, me personally, right? Even drugs and medication have to be used differently by different people. So again, and that's kind of my point. Like Chopper's Rumble Balls are probably tailored to work with his genetics. You know that they won't work with just anybody, or they could have like adverse effects if their genetics don't match with whatever the drug is putting into their bodies. The things with drugs is they're foreign substance. When you put that into somebody's body, it can react differently to different people. You know, and a lot of that has to do with more so genes and DNA issues. It's not like, I'm not talking about like Tylenol where like anybody could take, like it's an over the counter drug where anybody could take it. Because you got to think of it like this. Rumble balls alter someone's DNA. That's in a sense what a rumble ball does. It alters the user's genetics. So if you have something that's altering genetics, that means it's doing something to somebody's genetics. And I would think that, sorry y'all, I'm just burping up a storm. I would think that something like that, it could be beneficial for some people, but it could have an adverse reaction to others. And that's why, that's part of the reason why I say it. I believe it. Chopper tailors them, because he's the only one that uses them. It's not like he's making them for like just anybody. He makes them for himself. He knows how his body works and all that stuff. So, if he gives that to Luffy, it may do something. It may do something negative. It may do something positive. It may not do anything at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's part of the reason why I think it has to be tailored. It has to be tailored to your specific genetics. Angel said, I just believe that Luffy ate a rumble ball, it would have an effect on him. Oda need to bring back the pre-time skip transformation. what pre time skip transformation? You mean Monster Point? Like how Monster Point was pre time skip? I ain't gonna lie that. I rock with pre time skip Monster Point. That was just, oh man, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment for Chopper when he went Monster Point, because it was just like, you know what, it was just like that emergency, and then he just went crazy, and then it was like, I think Frankie ended up having to stop Chopper, you know, but it was great, you know, and I wish they would have done more with like I wish Oda would have done more with like uncontrollable Monster Point Chopper, you know, even though we did see him at Saboti, you know, we see him there as well. So like when I think after Kizaru showed up, or no, when Kuma and Kizaru showed up. Angel said Choppers, all he does is kung fu. Everybody loves kung fu. I mean, he goes into his deer transformation too when he wants to just, when he's like walking around. Let's continue.
With different forms of medicine on himself to see how the fruit reacts. Because of this, I believe that if other zones ate a Rumble Ball, they too could get access to different transformations. It would probably be in the same vein of making a particular physical or mental trait better, as that's what each of Chopper's transformations do. But I'm unsure if we'll ever get this confirmed or even show off in the theory. So, overall, the human fruit is a very interesting devil fruit that can seemingly only affect animals and objects. It gives the user human intelligence, speech, and the standard zone 3-stage transformations. But it can also be manipulated by drugs like the Rumble Ball. The question here is, would any user of this fruit be compelled to make the Rumble Ball, or a drug?
I ain't gonna lie, your drawing is giving me like ideas. Like I'm thinking, what if like Chopper awakens his devil fruit, like his best transformation is like the most human looking form, you know, like what if his best transformation, like his most perfect transformation, is he looks undistinguishably like a human, except maybe with antlers, kind of like you're drawing, right? And you know, maybe like that I think that'd be a dope little twist, right? Like this whole time we're talking about like why Chopper has a Hito, a human fruit, but he doesn't even look human. Maybe it's just like I look at it like this. Maybe Chopper using Rumble Balls kind of made his transformation all his like, maybe it made his transformations imperfect, right? Like all his transformations that he used are imperfect because he never actually learned how to transform correctly. You know, so every time he transformed into a human, it's flawed. Like it's imperfect, so he still looks like a animal. He looks like a reindeer. And the fact he used Rumble Balls, those Rumble Balls are kind of like crutches, you know. So he's using these crutches to force him to transform. He instead of actually learning how to transform correctly, like let's say Chopper never learned how to transform correctly, and that's why he all his transformations are just imperfect versions of humans. And when he does learn how to transform correctly, it's going to be an actual human looking form that's going to be a beast. Like maybe it's like just as beasty as Monster Point, but it's not as big, and it looks like a human. It looks like a perfect human transformations aside from its antlers. That'd be pretty dope. Angel said we saw uncontrolled Monster Point in Punk Hazard. Yeah. Punk Hazard, and we seen it in Sabaody too. Athena says perfect cell equals perfect Chopper. Hey. Except Chopper wouldn't have to like absorb somebody unless he does. Like that'd be a little That'd be a little morbid right there if Chopper has to absorb somebody in order to become a perfect human. That'd be a little morbid right there. Angel said his most human forms are Monster Point and Heavy Point, and I think Heavy P is supposed to be his human form. I mean, I think all of them were supposed to be human because it's like, or hybrids of human and reindeer. But yeah, I mean, I guess that could be like his main human form, you know, because he got like fingers and everything. When we see him in Brain Point, he still got his hooves. But when we see him in Heavy Point, he got like actual fingers. And I forgot what it was, the one where he's like skinny. And I think he does like the aim thing. I think on that one, he still got his hooves. Athena says, I definitely think Chopper messing with drugs messed up his full growth. Yeah, I could see something being that like that. And just think of this. Maybe when we meet Vegapunk might be that person to tell Chopper. Like he might like examine his the like I was about to say monster balls, his rumble balls, and say, "Hey, you really taking this? This is like these have some toxic chemicals that are really preventing you from utilizing your devil fruit abilities to its full extent." Like maybe Vegapunk drops that bomb and kind of tells Chopper like, "Look, you know, you gotta learn how to you can't be relying on these rumble balls because they're preventing you from utilizing your Hito no Mi to its full potential." You know, cause like Athena even said with Black Maria, she used like medication. She used drugs for her transformations, and we seen how Black Maria's transformation looked, right? How it was like it looked more like a small devil fruit user than a actual devil fruit user. How she's like part of her body is a spider, and that spider seemed like it had its own conscious, and we had her on top of the spider. So even hers seemed unnatural. Like her transformation seemed unnatural. And like Athena said, Oda said that Black Maria also used some type of drug to force her transformations. So maybe Chopper and Black Maria's transformations look unnatural because you know they're drug induced transformations. Andrew said, I just want Oda to show us how Chopper gained control of Monster Point. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had to strengthen his will. Cause like I said, my thing with Monster Point, I believe it's, you know, I believe in the beginning it was like the will of the devil fruit was way too strong for Chopper to have any control of it. So it was like the will of the Hito no Mi was he was behind the will when Chopper was in Monster Point. So maybe Chopper just had to more so strengthen his will and overcome the control of the devil fruit. You know, maybe that's what it was. Something along that line. You know.
That does the same thing. Or is that just something only a doctor like Chopper would think of? Well, there has been a long-running theory about devils or spirits actually inhabiting devil fruits, and they somehow can influence the user.
Bam.
This goes all the way back to Eni's lobby, when Kaku and Khalifa get their devil fruits. I believe it's explained to them by Jabra that if they ate a devil fruit and they get near another devil fruit, their body will explode. In basic terms, if a devil fruit user eats 2 devil fruits, they probably will explode or die, although this has never been shown. This rumor was shot down by Bluno, but the theory still remains. Even if the rumor isn't true, there are many spiritual aspects of One Piece, especially now with talks about sun god Nika. Not only that, but there is a whole category of mythological Zoan devil fruits that turn the user into a mythological figure or creature of some kind. So, many readers could come to the conclusion that there are entities within at least the mythological devil fruits. In that case, let's assume that there are entities in only that category. We can speculate all day about the implications of this, but we're going to leave it as simple as this. There is a mythological being inside of these fruits. They give the user their powers or abilities and potentially can have some influence on the user. Maybe this is seen as that figure's willpower. So, what mythological figure would fit the human fruit? Well, I think it's possible that Chopper's devil fruit is actually the mythical human fruit model Adam, Lilith, or Eve, the first humans to ever walk the earth according to some beliefs. Now, you might be thinking, why would Chopper, out of all the Straw Hats, have a mythical fruit? Or, wasn't the fruit stated to not be a mythical in the first place? Those statements are more than likely right, but think about it for a minute. Why is there a devil fruit that gives someone the powers of a human? Why is there a fruit based on a race? Does that mean there are other race fruits? And if there isn't, why is Chopper's the only one?
Well, to answer that specific question, humans are kind of race of animals, right? Like you got like a leopard devil fruit, so having a human devil fruit, I don't think is that far fetched. But I could see, I could definitely get, I definitely do understand the sentiment though, right? I do understand the sentiment, and I do believe that it could be something more special for Chopper's devil fruit, because it would kind of be, it would kind of be a little weird to have a human devil fruit where you're just a normal human. It's like, what benefits do you get from that, right? So maybe there is more. I definitely do agree. There's more to the normal Hito no Mi, because we never got a model version of Chopper's devil fruit, and even if it is a normal human, I would at least expect to get some type of reveal like Hito no Mi model human, especially if you got other different Hito no Mi's, you got to differentiate all these. So I get that's kind of the purpose of the model suffix or addition to the name, because it says you got the human devil fruit, but more specifically the Buddha human devil fruit, or more specifically the sun god human devil fruit. So I would think Chopper, even if it is just a normal human, like the Hito no Mi model Hito or something, like I don't, as stupid as that may sound. We got Eliz in the building. I'm glad Eliz showed up today because we actually talked about this. I feel as though we talked about this like a couple months ago about like the Hito no Mi. But at that time, we wasn't really talking about Luffy though. We was just talking about like if somebody ate the Hito no Mi would like if a human ate it. Like we was talking about that. He says, I like the direction this theory is going. I also have a soft spot for illustrators. Shout out to Elids. Angel said, your art is so sick. And then Athena said, thank you so much. Let's continue though.
I mean, come on. Wouldn't it make sense, with all the different mythologies and religious aspects present in One Piece, that there would be a fruit based on probably the most famous first human myth, let alone the myth being a part of Christianity, which is one of the...
Maybe Chopper has the Hito no Mi model Jesus or something. I mean, that's I think you could probably also kind of throw that in there, even though he wasn't one of the first humans, but he was still kind of like, it would make sense that, especially seeing how a lot of the models we've seen of this Hito no Mi are deities, right? We got Sengoku, we got Luffy, we got the fox that be on the bridge protecting the bridge in Wano. I forget his name and what model he had. I don't know if it was like a deity model, but still, right? Still, like, but I agree though. I do think Adam and Eve, like one of the earliest human beings, could definitely make sense as well. Um, but yeah, Elid says a long time ago, I thought that Chopper awakening his fruit would make him look a lot more human-like, even more than Minx. He would learn how to use human knowledge to the maximum. Um, he could learn anything with ease, including martial arts, so he could become a Rokushiki master. And I kind of mentioned that before. Like what if the Chopper that we've been seeing this whole time, like all these transformations of Chopper, what if those were like incomplete transformations or flawed transformations? You know what I'm saying? Cause how I see it is Chopper's, unlike all like other zones that we've seen in the series, Chopper was used, like especially in the first the pre-time skip. Chopper was kind of cheating, right? He was he was cheating the system using rumble balls in order to transform. So maybe he got used to like when he used these rumble balls, maybe they forced him to transform, but it was like an incomplete version, right? An incomplete version of a human. So he could never look fully like a human because he was using these rumble balls that was, cheating almost. So maybe Chopper has to learn how to actually transform correctly. And I know he eventually learned how to transform without the rumble balls, but he was still kind of used to certain transformations, so it was like that's what his body's used to. So, you know, we still get the same transformations, the same looks because that's what he's used to. So maybe when he learns how to transform correctly, maybe he could actually look like a human. Uh Angel's Room said Hito no Me model Adam. Yeah. Adam or Eve. One of them, Adam was the perfect human before the fall. LOL. That is actually very true. So was Jesus though. So was Jesus. Or like there's other, man, there's so many I think other biblical figures you could probably go with as well. Kind of like Solomon, like King Solomon, who's like the wisest king in history. But Chopper ain't that wise, so I don't know if that'd be it. Man, King, you got King David, who was like the one who slayed Goliath, you know. And what better way to like have what better way, like I could picture this, right? Like picture this in the series or close to the end of the series. Like the Straw Hats are fighting the Blackbeard pirates. Chopper has to fight what's his name, Sanjin Wolf or whatever, the huge one. He's like the biggest, probably one of the biggest characters in One Piece. Like this man literally dwarfed Marineford. When we see like somebody like Oars, who was still like, Oars didn't dwarf Marineford. Like he like Oars Jr. at least. But Sanjin Wolf was like bigger than Marineford. So let's say Chopper fights him. It'd be kind of like a David and Goliath type fight. So that would probably be like, like we get this David and Goliath fight. Come to find out that Chopper has the Hito no Me David, model David or something. That'd be wild. But Angel said Adam was, yeah. I read that already. Let's continue.
The biggest religions in the world. Although, when it comes to devil fruits based on Christian beliefs, I think many people jump to things like the powers of Jesus, the devil, or God himself. But what if it was as simple as a fruit based on the first humans? We all know the story. Adam is the first man who has a piece of him removed to create Eve. They were placed in the Garden of Eden with two trees in it, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve were ordered by God to live by the tree of life, but Eve was seduced by the devil to eat from the tree of knowledge. From there, she persuaded Adam to do the same act, and in doing so, they were both forced out of Eden. since they defied God. Notably, the two figures of Adam and Eve are actually referenced in One Piece already: the treasure tree Adam and the sunlight tree Eve. We don't know the location of Adam tree, but the Eve tree is located near Fishman Island. However, before Christianity,
Angel, I know you ain't just say that. I know you ain't just say that. Usopp versus Sanjin Wolf. I don't know if it's Sanjin Wolf or San Wolf. Bro, that's not happening. They are, bro. It's already in the cards. Usopp is fighting Von Auger. It's gonna be a sniper versus sniper match fight. Why would he fight Sanjin Wolf or whatever when you literally got another sniper in the Black Bear crew who was foreshadowed. It was like foreshadowed in Logtown when they was getting to Logtown and then some bird got shot in the sky and then Usopp was like, yo, that must have been a sniper. Like, I think that moment right there even foreshadowed Usopp and Von Auger. Cause it will only make sense for him to fight a sniper, right? Kind of like Zoro usually fights the swordsman in every group. Usopp, which we haven't seen that many snipers in One Piece to sit there and say Usopp fighting snipers and stuff, but the one sniper that we have seen outside of Usopp, and Usopp's dad, right? Because I think Usopp's dad is also a sniper, but the only other sniper that we've seen, or one of the only snipers that we've seen, he has to fight Usopp. It just wouldn't make sense for it not to happen. It wouldn't make sense for it not to happen.
Lilith was actually Adam's first wife in Hebrew text. She was ordered to be subservient to him by God. However, she did not follow this direction. Because of this, she was actually damned and became the first demon. Another story has her leaving Adam by manifesting wings and flying away. But even earlier than those stories, Lilith actually represented monsters, with her name meaning night creatures or night hag. Perhaps there's another tree in One Piece that relates to her, or a tree that references the tree of knowledge. And perhaps this was the first tree to ever exist, with the human fruit also coming from it. But how is any of this important to the human fruit? Well, as stated before, it's interesting that this is the only fruit that's based on a race that we know of. So it would stand to reason that this is because race fruits are super rare, or because Chopper's fruit is secretly a mythical fruit. And it would make sense that the name of this mythical fruit would be that of Adam, Eve, or Lilith. Each of these figures were eventually influenced by the devil, or in Lilith's case, she became the first demon. And maybe the reason Chopper is the only Zoan user with access to multiple different forms is because he, like these religious figures, was influenced by the devil inside of the fruit. To access these different forms, he had to learn from the entity that had knowledge of such powers, to gain the power of the monster inside of him, so that he could create rumble balls and bite into them, just like Adam and Eve, becoming one of the smartest creatures in One Piece. And with that, we move on to his Devil Fruit awakening. Zoan awakenings have been a hot topic of debate in the One Piece community since the introduction of the Demon Guards in Impel Down. They were stated to be awakened Zoan users, and from them, many people have assumed that this is how every Zoan will awaken. The mental state that the guards are in are actually quite similar to Chopper's monster point before the time skip.
Yep.
And they appear to be just as powerful as that form. However, I have always thought this would be a lame awakening for all Zoans. Zoan fruits, in my eyes, have been far weaker than Logia and Paramecia fruit.
Yeah. Again, I think with the whole when it comes to the jailers and when it comes to Chopper and their awakening, like if Chopper's monster point is indeed like an awakening, right? If it is indeed awakening, but with the jailers, they pretty much was it was pretty much confirmed that they were awakened Zoan users, right? It was pretty much confirmed, and they don't really have a will of their own or anything. Again, I kind of think that's along the line where you got the will of the person not being strong enough to overcome the will of the devil fruit, right? And I think the stronger the will of the devil fruit, depending on what kind of devil fruit it is, the stronger the will is, right? Like if you get like a carnivore type devil fruit, like carnivores tend to be very aggressive, so they have. I believe that they'll have a stronger influence on the host's will, right? And the weaker the host's will actually is, I think the stronger the will of the devil fruit will be, and meaning the less control the actual devil fruit user has, and the more control the will has, which is just more of an animalistic control, not even really control. It just makes you a little more animalistic, right? With Luffy, like currently in Luffy, I still believe, I've been saying this for a while before I said possession, and I still, again, I think when I say possession, I mean more of just how, I guess the control, right? The control aspect of it, where I say the jailers, they don't, like the animal within the jailers have that control and not more so the jailers. And maybe because they lobotomize the jailers, right? If you lobotomize the jailers, they can't have a will. So the animal is in complete control of the jailer. Chopper, if that was indeed an awakening, or maybe not, I don't know if it was necessarily an awakening, but it was. It could have been like a forced awakening, right? A forced awakening. But I think it's something to do with like the medication, the drugs, just making the will of that devil fruit a little too powerful. If it's not indeed an awakening. But I think it might have been an awakening, possibly. Athena says, I saw a little bit ago someone implying that Chopper's Hito Hito no Mi was one of the first humans alongside Nika. Would make sense if the normal human fruit was connected to the god fruit. That could make sense, That could definitely make sense. Especially if it's an early. Because, okay, let's kind of go that route. Let's go that route with theories, right? It's a theory that I want to say me and Elids talked about before, and I've heard other people kind of talk about this theory too. So, this is a familiar theory for some of y'all. But the idea that devil fruits were made from people from the first century, like people and animals from the first century or the void century, right? Like Nika, we know Nika was an actual person. At least there's a story, a legend of Nika as if he was an actual person. And then we get the devil fruit, Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. So if that was a person and we got a devil fruit Nika, what is that implying, y'all? What does that imply? And I will go as far as to say that implies that devil fruits come from people, right? It comes from people. Maybe it could come from animals as well. Like maybe you had some people in the void century that was able to learn elemental abilities. So they were pretty much reincarnated the Logia devil fruits. Then you had you had animals. You had either animals or you had special people, right? Like people who ascended or were enlightened. You had these enlightened people. Someone such as Sun God Nika. Maybe Adam or I'm trying to think. Buddha. Maybe Buddha lived. Maybe there was a guy named Buddha in One Piece at one point in time, right? Which that would have been Sengoku's devil fruit. And maybe, they turned into devil fruits. They were Zoan, so they could turn into their enlightened forms. And then you got Prometheus, and I would probably say Prometheus were people who gained certain abilities that weren't elemental, and they weren't necessarily deity type people, Like let's say somebody who can slow down. Like they found a way to slow down time, and then they eventually died and became Foxy's devil fruit, right? Something along that line.
Because all the powers you get are basically just physical strength, and most of the innate power of zones comes from the type of animal you get. There is not much room for creativity with zones normally, and for Oda to make the only reference for Zone Awakening's mindless creatures is wasted potential in my opinion. But I personally believe that at the very least, mythical zones will have far more interesting awakening capabilities. And if my theory about the human fruit being based on the first humans is correct, then I think Chopper could have a very interesting and powerful ability yet to be unlocked. His awakening is called the First Man, and it allows Chopper to become the absolute smartest creature in One Piece for a brief period of time. Essentially, he becomes enlightened to such a degree that he gains crazy mental or spiritual capabilities. My initial idea for this awakening was that if the user hadn't unlocked a Haki yet, this would be how. At least for observation Haki. If not that, then this form would make the user's Haki grow substantially. Not only that, but Chopper can access any abilities from his Rumble Ball forms. And of course, this awakening makes him look more like or completely human. Perhaps this awakening isn't even combat focused, at least for Chopper. Another idea I had was that this awakening could allow him to figure out how to heal any injury or disease with just a glance at the symptoms or wounds. You could also interpret the First Man as making Chopper the absolute peak of human intelligence, strength, and stamina, and then some in One Piece terms.
Yo, that'd be. You just had me think of something. Like, what if Chopper gets some healing abilities, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to see like Chopper. Like, let's say Adam was able to. Let's say he has the Adam Devil Fruit, and Adam was able to heal people. I don't know if I would like the. And I'm not saying you said this, but it was just kind of idea that I was just thinking of, like Chopper gaining the ability to heal others. I'm like, I kind of like, I kind of want Chopper to be a good doctor, that actual medical practicing doctor, and not like Marco, where he can just heal people. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be completely against Chopper being able to just heal people, like get an ability where he can just heal people. You know. Angel said, "I feel as though devil fruit have always been a thing because feel like Robin or that old man would have mentioned how they only started appearing after the Void Century." What old man? I gotta disagree with that, cause Robin don't know enough about the world. Like Robin, it's not like Robin was around during the Void Century to sit there and confirm how devil fruits are made. I mean, I don't really know what you mean. The old man in O'Hara, Dr. Clover. But the thing is, how would they know? How would they know the history of devil fruits? Especially if there's no information about them. If there's no information about them, how would they know? You know, I get that they're historians and everything, but maybe, because you gotta look at it like this: the Void Century, like a lot of stuff in the Void Century, the world government has been trying to erase all that. They've been trying to eradicate all that stuff. So maybe they already eradicated any true history about the devil fruit. So, and if that's the case, why would Robin and that old man in O'Hara know? You know, everything else before that seems to be documented. Yeah, but that doesn't mean everything was documented. Like, you assume that just because it was like that, it has to have been documented, and maybe it was documented, and the documents were destroyed. Maybe it wasn't documented. We don't know. You know. Athena says, "I would agree, Angel, but that could easily be a hidden thing by the world government." Exactly. Like that's that's easily explainable. That's easily explainable. I don't see that as much of a problem. But yeah, we already know that the world government likes to eradicate any information that could, they want to keep people, they don't want people to know too much. So something as far as the devil fruit origin, I could see, I would think that would be also be one of those things that the world government possibly don't want getting around. So, you know, so if they have eradicated the documents, god damn man, I'm burping. Them smoothie burps, man. Them smoothie burps. If they did eradicate that stuff, how would Professor Clover and Nico Robin have gotten the information? You said there's also the rumor about where devil fruit come from. But it's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. Rumors are just rumors, right? Rumors are rumors. Somebody spread them. They could be right. They could be wrong. But they're not facts. It's not like facts that are being spread. They're just rumors. Let's continue.
Basically becoming more powerful than most people in One Piece without a devil fruit. Frankly, this power could go in a variety of different directions, but if it were to ever actually happen, I think Chopper would most likely use it for the intelligence aspect more so than the possible combat implications. Finally, let's end this off with the implications of the existence of a human fruit. As alluded to before, I think the fact that the human fruit exists potentially means that there are other race-based fruits. If the human fruit is not a mythical zone, then this would have to be the case. Why else would this fruit exist? Just to be another random fruit? Personally, that doesn't make any sense. Imagine if there was a long-armed tribe fruit or a fishman fruit. Those would be so cool to see. What about a fruit based on Oar's race, or a giant race in general? Would there even be one as terrifying as an Oars or giant race? Surely there would have to be, just to complete the set. Imagine a pirate crew that were all humans who ate different race fruits, and they were on the search for Chopper's fruit.
A bunch of humans being humans. I was gonna say something about like the different versions. I can't remember.
Which would surely create some sort of conflict between that crew and the Straw Hats. That would be awesome. Regardless, I think that if other races in One Piece don't have a fruit based on them, then that has to mean the human fruit is secretly a mythical. Heck, maybe the scientists of One Piece consider it a mythical, but it may not have any crazy abilities. I would hope it does though. The human fruit is one of those devil fruits I think about often. Is it really just a random devil fruit, or is it part of a race-based set of fruits? If not that, is it a mythical fruit? With the way that Chopper is portrayed in the story, I don't know where this fruit will go in terms of power, and I kind of doubt we will ever see anything as crazy as my ideas. But what do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with me? What are your ideas for the human fruit's awakening? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want, and I hope you enjoyed my drawing. Be sure to follow me on Twitter to see the full picture and all of my drawings that I do for these videos. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.
Gotta make sure you put the gotta plug the Twitter handle. I ain't mad at it. Shout out to Athena. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the video. I'm gonna give her a like and also subscribe. The link to this video is in the description box, so y'all make sure y'all go to the video, go comment, go have some discussion or whatever. Angel said also when Rayleigh mentioned the what would be found in Laugh Tale, he says nothing about devil fruits. I don't necessarily think devil fruit knowledge has to be at Laugh Tale. Could it be? Yeah. Does it have to be? Nah, maybe Rayleigh never mentioned it because he doesn't want to spoil anything from Laugh Tale. I mean, we already know that Luffy doesn't want to know what's going on in Laugh Tale, so why would Rayleigh mention anything about Laugh Tale? That'd be kind of spoiling things, man. Angel said, I just think that devil fruits are things that have just always been there. Okay. That's cool, man. That's cool. You know, we don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to argue because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We like none of us know. You know, so I can only just give a theory, what I believe. But man, if you don't think that, that's fine. You know, just disagree to or agree to disagree on that specific aspect. But yeah, so the Hito no Mi, there is a lot of mystery in it. Now we learning all these different versions of the Hito no Mi. There could be more, right? There could be more. Maybe Blackbeard's maybe the Yami no Mi is also a Hito no Mi as well. If anybody else in this series would have a devil fruit that also had like a secret such as the Gummo no Mi, I would think it would be Blackbeard. Or maybe even Emu, one of them two. You know what I mean? I think Chopper, I think there could also be more to Chopper's devil fruit as well. Like the Hito no Mi. Because we never got a model type. Now we don't know if it's just like there is no model type. Maybe it's literally just the most base form of the Hito no Mi. And when you get like a base form of a devil fruit, maybe it just like there is no model name because it's the most base form, right? But again, we haven't really seen a lot of devil fruits with multiple model number or model names. I think Kaido's is the only other or no, some of the Beast Pirates, because we got I think some of the Toby Ropo, I think they have models in their devil fruits. Like I think what's the name? Drake and Page One and Sasaki and Alti. I think they have the same devil fruit but different models. Like they all got the lizard model, whatever. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's something along that line. I think they all got the same devil fruits and different models. Angel said, but I feel as though we might get flashbacks on how devil fruits were discovered. I'm sure we'll get some type of history lesson, and I think that's going to be Vegapunk's job right there. Yeah, the dragon fruit model would, whatever. Yeah, so that's the Toby Ropo, so that's kind of just a trait specific for zones. Because I don't think we've ever gotten any Permesia devil fruits that are the exact same with different model numbers. And how that work, right? Like, I could see it working for zones because there's a lot of zones that have similar enough classifications but are slightly different. Like when you look at dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs are all part of the same species. So if you get like a specific dinosaur type devil fruit, I don't. Now they call it the dragon, not the lizard. They call it the dragon, and not like the dinosaur devil fruit. But they call it the dragon model, Brachiosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Stegosaurus, whatever, right? Which I don't get why Kaido's devil fruit isn't the dragon fruit model, whatever. When he literally has the most dragon devil fruit of them all. Maybe I said this before. It was this joke that I had. Like, what if Kaido was like Magikarp from Pokemon, right? Like he had to evolve into a dragon. Like he first eats the devil fruit and he's just some useless orange fish or something, right? Some useless fish, and then he eventually transformed into a dragon or something. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be a little funny. But yeah. Angel says, I don't know, heard something about how Eastern dragons come from fish, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about maybe that's where Pokemon got that from. You know, because a lot of time anime they usually kind of stick with a lot of Japanese mythology, so maybe that's why Pokemon made Magikarp able to transform into a Gyarados. So it's a fish evolving into a dragon, right? But yeah, so as far as the whole Chopper ordeal when it comes to his devil fruit, I think there's a lot of mystery behind that devil fruit. Like what if a human ate human Hito no Mi? You know, and I also believe that maybe Chopper's transformations just aren't complete, right? Maybe they're not complete. Maybe that's why he doesn't look like a human, you know. Or maybe it's down to the model type. Maybe he has a human model, something that has to do with why he doesn't look like a human. Like he could have like the Hito no Mi model Yeti or Bigfoot model Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? So, cause Chopper kind of look a little Bigfootish. I'm just saying he kind of look a little Yeti-ish. Angel said Heavy Point seems to be the most complete. He's just very hairy. Yeah, and that's kind of why I think that could be more of a Yeti thing. Maybe that's attributed to the model he has, the model of human fruit that Chopper specifically had. Maybe that's why he's big and hairy. Cause like if you just seen Chopper and you didn't know what his devil fruit was called, but you just know he had a devil fruit, you probably speculate that he had some type of Yeti or Bigfoot type of Zoan devil fruit. For real, for real. Like that'll probably be most people's speculations if like Chopper was just some random character they kind of threw in the story and we just see him transform into this monster without no context of how his devil fruit worked. You probably be like, bro, he look like Bigfoot. He look like Bigfoot. Angel said if he just saved his hair, he would look human. Yeah, but he still kind of got a animalistic looking face as well, even in that form. But he would definitely look a lot more human. Angel said, and he need that blue nose to be gone. That's why I think it's imperfect. I think it could just be a case of just an imperfect transformation. I think that's what it is. Because all this time he's been like before the time skip, he was using he used the rumble balls, and maybe the rumble balls was preventing him from doing a more natural transformation, a more complete and natural transformation, and even after he learned to transform without the rumble balls, he was still transforming into all his incomplete forms. At least that's kind of how what I think might be the case. Athena says this might be biased, but my human version of Chopper would be ideal to me. At least the horns, it gives him such a powerful presence, in my opinion. I mean, I would like a more a humanizing form of Chopper with like more human features, but keep the antlers though. I agree with you. Keep the antlers. Keep the antlers because it still make him look pretty badass. Like he could look like a human and still have the antlers. Those are like his trademark at this point. You can't have Chopper without having the antlers. Maybe he could keep the nose, but it just don't have to be so prominent, Like I don't know. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the video, y'all. It was a good video. Good video. Good video. Interesting perspective. I it definitely has me thinking a lot more about Chopper, right? About his he don't know me. You know, I think even when we watched the video last week, that kind of had me thinking a lot more about Chopper. So, I find Chopper pretty interesting. You know how his devil fruit work and why he has the human devil fruit, but yet he doesn't even look like a human. So, I do find that a bit odd, right? Angel said Heavy Point has no antlers. Great stream, and I agree. I like the antlers. Yeah, I like the antlers. I think you could be a you can be another animal, but still keep some level of your original race, right? Like as a human, you could transform to another animal, still keep your a piece of your human with you, right? But yeah, y'all. Chopper's true hybrid form. Yep. So yeah, so tomorrow I will be doing the stream. I gotta go reach out to Elids. He was in the stream a little earlier, but I'm gonna reach out to him. See if he wants to do what we wanted with do the stream tomorrow, because I will not be streaming any. I will not be streaming. Well, after tomorrow, I won't be streaming until Sunday. I will be out of town. So I won't be able to stream. And Sunday, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. I might chat you guys up in the Discord to get some ideas of what we could do for Sunday stream. Maybe do something different. We could maybe find like we could do like a chapter reaction, a fan made chapter reaction. Maybe some Reddit theories. We could react to some Reddit theories. Maybe I'll do like a panel or something. I don't know yet. Angel said Animal Talk Sunday or anime Talk Sunday. Hey, suggest it in the Discord. But yeah, y'all. Like DBZ. Man, I don't want to talk about no DBZ. No, I'll just mess. But I'm sorry. I can't talk about DBZ, man. I really don't. I love it. I have like a love-hate relationship with DBZ. But I just don't like talking about it. I really don't like talking about it. It's just, like, I got my reasons, but I don't really like it. Athena says, I'm going to have to put you on my Toki is Yamato's mom theory. So what, you think Toki cheated on Odin? Toki done cheated on Odin with Kaido. Athena says, I'm just joking, but I can speculate up a storm. I can speculate. We always speculate. I be speculating, like, I'll just randomly have a speculation in my head. Like, you might say something. You might be like, hey, this coffee's good. And that just give me an idea for a whole wild ass speculation. Angel said, Athena, I don't know how I feel about that. Athena says, I legit have like 3 videos on it. If you can make it make sense, then, I'm always willing to hear somebody out. I've heard some outlandish theories, but, a lot of times the people who made them, they made it make sense, even though I still don't necessarily might not believe the theory, but they made it make sense enough to where it was actually entertaining, and that's why I like theories. I like theories. They entertain me, even if they're kind of like reaching. I don't care if they're reaching. I'm not want to say, oh, that's wrong. I disagree with a lot of theories that I enjoy. There's a lot of theories that I watched on on stream with you guys. There's a lot of theories that I didn't necessarily agree with, but I enjoyed them. So I enjoyed them, and I might have went along with it. It's all fun. It's all fun. You know, I could sit here and say, man, that theory sounds stupid. But then I'm like, then I can't even have a video. I gotta be able to entertain different ideas. You know, you can't have you. It's like you can't have a discussion or you can't have a good discussion about anything if you're just gonna close your mind to a theory just because it sounds outlandish. You know, me personally, I'm open to the theory. You know, and one thing I always say, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Now, the likelihood of it happening, I don't know. You know, that might be low, but if there's a 1% chance something could happen, then it's possible. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much all I got for today's stream and today's video. It was good stream. Let me give my shout outs to you guys. Shout out to my aunt for coming through to show some love. Shout out to Athena for the video and for being a part of the chat as well as we react to her video. Shout out to Sozo. Shout out to Angel's Room. And shout out to Elids. Shout out to all y'all guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody else who came to watch the stream. I appreciate anybody who watches these streams later down the line. Comment. Y'all comment. Let me know what y'all think of the theory we went over today. You know, let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments. If you're especially if you watch this much later. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that bell for notifications for when I go live. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, if you're looking for a One Piece community, we have the Discord and we have the Facebook group. The Discord is going to be the best place to send me videos. If you go on the Discord, we have a channel in there, and it says something like YouTube submissions or stream submissions. That's I created that channel for you guys to post videos that you want to submit to me. So that's specifically made to be for you guys to submit videos to me to react to. So, you know, definitely go use that. And anyway, y'all, I appreciate everybody who watched this. It's your boy, Sean Peter Blumfgod, and I am out of here. Peace. And, oh yeah, Angel said, I have a theory on how Vivi, Rebecca, Nami, and Yamato have the same mom. Alright, if you say so. Talk to me about it more in the Discord. Later, you guys. Peace.